I tracked down the company ruining restaurants. Let me guess, big seed oils. Who knew that frying everything in motor oil makes it taste like shit, is causing obesity, and is slowly killing you?
I've had a sense that lots of restaurants are starting to taste the same. And maybe you too have had a sense that something is amiss.
I wish I could just be a guy, you know? Why do I have to be a dark warlord in the trenches with the boys on a daily basis? Part of me wishes I could just be a quirk chungus who makes Vox-adjacent, inquisitive documentaries about food.
So I wanted to test a hypothesis with my coworkers that you can be served the same exact food.
Can I just get the jalapeno poppers?
From totally different restaurants.
The fried pickles. Can I get the fried pickles?
But made in the same factory, whether you wanted it or
I think about this all the time. Can I flip a switch that lets me collect Funko Pops and go to some new trendy bar and play Dungeons and Dragons with all the other retards? Hey, trendy new bars, Dungeons and Dragons, they have their time and place. I'm just saying my default setting is not soy facing. Usually it's a face of disgust.
not.
Can I get the funnel cake fries?
Here's the question behind this test. Are we trapped into eating the same mediocre food from New York to Alaska? And if so, why? And who's behind it?
All right, moment of truth.
That's the mystery we're going to unpack today.
To get to the bottom of it, first I went to Harlan.
Motherfucker, jalapeno poppers and mozzarella sticks are going to be the same everywhere you go. What do you expect? Yeah, they're all using the same oil.
Iowa, woke up at 5 a.m. to talk to a restaurant owner about how they get their food.
I'm Ellen Walsh-Roseman, and I own Milk and Honey.
The thing is, Ellen's restaurant does it differently than most restaurants in 2025. She showed me how she makes something from scratch.
They're also buying from the same 2 to 3 food suppliers. This is why I've developed an exquisite taste and an appreciation for truly good food. Stuff that is made from scratch in-house. And now my palate is so fine-tuned to taste the finer things in life, I can't go back to the slop.
Toast. She uses a distributor to get most base ingredients, the milk from a local dairy and the eggs from a local farm.
Cisco, Gordon, or Dean, take your pick.
Ellen's. The bread is brioche that the restaurant makes from scratch. From there, the brioche gets baked, cut, dipped in homemade custard, griddled, and served.
Let this be a lesson for you. If you're going to do something in life, go all the way. No half measures. What is setting you apart from the competition? Are you putting your blood, sweat, and tears into this food? Or are you just another one-stop slop shop?
To you, the customer. Or, luckily enough, me.
It's very good.
It's not just the French toast. Ellen tries to work with as many local producers as possible.
This is our country.
Problem is, this is probably going to cost a lot more money. And since we live in a slug society, people don't want to spend more money on something as important as food. Oh, $2. Oh, no way, dude. No way. Yeah, I'm going to go somewhere else. Are you kidding me? And I don't blame him. We're getting bent over 9 different ways.
Skillet. And this is the local sourdough bread from
Who even cares, dude? I'm just going to shit it out anyway.
a bakery in Omaha.
But for many restaurants, sourcing local ingredients like this is getting harder and harder. Ellen's distributor is regional and employee-owned. But if you're a restaurant owner, especially in a rural area, you might just have 1 or 2 distributors to choose from. There's a good chance one of them is a company called Cisco. And they are suspect number 1 for my deep fried mystery. To hash out that suspicion, I spoke to Austin Frerick, author of the book Barons, who explained the profound way Cisco is shaping the way we eat out.
The innovation of Cisco was that it was the first national company to essentially offer everything a restaurant needs.
Back in the day, someone like Ellen
So we're all eating at the same trough.
might have one distributor for butter and another for eggs. But Cisco is what's called a broadliner, supplying
Everything from paper products to meat and produce.
It's the Amazon of sustenance.
Cisco was a merger of 9 different wholesale restaurant distributors with kind of the explicit goal.
I work in a restaurant, they all order from Cisco. What I've found is that we kind of live in a world where there's the illusion of choice, but all roads lead to the same monopolies, essentially. When you see how the sausage is made in your industry, you either adapt and start making sausage the same way, or you go vegan.
Of making a national player.
That was in 1969. Fast forward to
They call that late stage capitalism.
today, and Cisco has grown so much that it really only has 2 other competitors in the national space.
Among them, Cisco is the largest, and even a decade ago, controlled an estimated 35% of the market. And this year, their gross profit hit $15 billion.
The scary thing about Cisco was it didn't become this giant through organic growth, but instead it became a giant through relentless acquisitions that went unchecked.
They've acquired over 150 companies to become really one of the only national broadline distributors
How is that allowed? Where's Teddy Roosevelt when you need him? The trust buster.
for restaurants.
And this growth, I learned, is deeply changing the way we eat, from farm to table. Let's start with the farm part. Ellen tries to work with as many local producers as possible, even when it's more expensive. Cisco, on the other hand, operates with the biggest producers at massive scales to eke out savings. Producers that often have some of the most exploitative production models. Cisco gets their berries from companies like Driscoll,
Driscoll's basically took the Nike sweatshop model and applied it to berry production.
and chicken from companies like Tyson.
So what am I supposed to do, bro? Forage myself? Fucking go off the grid? There's no option. I am a slave, and I will eat the bug bars in my goon pod. I'm gonna be real. I don't want to farm. I don't want to go out and collect blueberries from the vine. I'm good.
Tyson's applied a sharecropping model to meat production.
If you used a national distributor, could you get the Omaha sourdough? Could you get, no? And why is that?
So a lot of local distributors or local producers are not able to tap into regional distribution. The volume and production quantities is too high.
Cisco scours the globe for a good deal, and there's reason to be concerned about how they're getting some of those deals.
Seafood is the best example of this. Many providers to Cisco have been accused of engaging in
I
slave
only get my seafood from a shadowy Japanese man at the docks.
labor.
That includes forced Uyghur and North Korean labor in China.
Forced what? Dude, you can't say that. Run that back?
Engaging in slave labor.
That includes forced Uyghur and North Korean labor in China.
Basically, any dark part of the food system has moved offshore, which makes policing it really, really hard to do.
But Cisco doesn't just source shrimp and strawberries. They have their own line of mass-manufactured frozen foods. Everything from
Regional nuance is gone. This is why everyone says America has no culture or taste. I don't necessarily agree with that, though, because America has the highs and the lows. The best food in the world and the worst food in the world. And I wouldn't even say that they have the worst food in the world, because you look at some of these other countries, bro. They fucking put duck bills, goat hooves, and salamanders in a crock pot with like 9 different sauces, and then they eat it with their hands. Like, and they're like, oh, it's the best. This is my culture. It's delicious. But I live in New York, and I'm a Chad. That's why.
sourdough and brioche to, as I learned from researching this, jalapeno poppers, other fried appetizers, and desserts. Frozen food, it turns out, isn't just a facet of the Cisco business model, it drives it.
I don't think Americans appreciate that frozen food allows these long exploitative supply chains.
In the early 2000s, Cisco was buying jalapeno poppers assembled in Mexico for well below minimum wage and shipped frozen all over the country.
It allows a
That's kind of gross. They better be popping my jalapenos in the kitchen from scratch. Kind of stinky.
race to the bottom in terms of labor standards and pay.
So the food we ordered could have come to a distribution center like this, frozen, shipped to restaurants across the country, then dumped into a fryer. And now, the
Don't even get me started on the oil.
truckers driving those shipments, they're also getting squeezed by Cisco.
Cisco's continuously lobbying year after year to deregulate the trucking industry. And what we've seen since the 1980s is trucking wages are down nearly 40%.
After the food is unloaded off of trucks, it gets cooked up and put on your plate. And Sysco's dominance means the food on that plate is increasingly the same and increasingly worse.
I don't know where you guys are eating. This looks like bowling alley food, bro. I wouldn't even eat this shit if it was served to me on a golden platter.
Do you think regional variety is disappearing?
Yeah, I would say so.
You've probably had a Sysco meal without even realizing it. They offer everything from these sad bread rolls to Wagyu beef burger patties. If you've ever spent time in a hospital or a prison, you might have had a meal off of a Sysco truck. And if you pay attention, they're everywhere.
The slugs demand the slop.
And so it's getting harder and harder to avoid getting the exact same frozen meal at your local diner or brewery. It probably won't taste that great either.
If you were to buy pre-made brioche from one of the big national distributors,
They probably will try to keep things cheap, so like they're probably not going to use butter.
so they'll use like a canola oil.
Sure,
or
yeah.
shortening,
Churning or something like that.
Yeah.
Once you start recognizing the ingredients and the labels in the grocery stores, you actually start to hear voices in your head when you walk in these shopping centers. I'm so serious. Xanthan gum, soybean oil. Watch. You'll see. It starts to creep up on you out of nowhere.
And then like their sugar might be like processed sugar, like a high fructose corn syrup kind of thing.
Austin found a story of a Pennsylvania diner whose burgers weren't frying the same on the grill. When the owner investigated, he realized the patties now contained soy protein filler.
Imagine.
Sysco and their competitors
We're actually forcing us to eat the bugs.
are flooding restaurants with ultra
You will eat the goy slop.
processed food like this. Now, you might expect that with a deep fried cheddar jalapeno popper, but maybe less so with something like bread.
The irony is, you could be a diner in a small town in Iowa, surrounded by some of the world's best farmland, and yet nothing on the menu is coming from around you. It's low-quality products produced by people being exploited outside the national borders.
The system isn't exactly working out for restaurant owners or local distributors.
How much sawdust is too much sawdust in a loaf of bread? I'm being soyed to.
Either.
With the competition bought out, Sysco has more leverage to arbitrarily raise prices.
If you actually want my best advice, and it probably will increase your grocery bill, but listen, I recommend you demand the best for yourself. Go to butchers, go to bakeries, go to farmers markets, go to fruit stands. Do this a couple times a week. Scavenge the materials and put them together. This way you're getting local, high quality, organic food.
During COVID, for instance, they used their market power to pass on inflation to their customers and increase their earnings by 159%. Sysco CEO even said on an earnings call that they had no intention of competing on price.
Smaller restaurants have almost no negotiating power with Sysco. And so if you are in a rural area where there, aren't any other distributors, then restaurants really don't have many options at all. As we've lost some of that regional wholesale infrastructure,
This is why I only eat roadkill. Endless free nutrition.
we also see the loss of local businesses, local farms,
It's actually humane too. Think about it.
and a regional food system.
In general, restaurant owners have little recourse when Sysco screws them
You need to be vulture pilled.
over. Complaints are rampant about late deliveries,
You need to be carry-on bird maxing.
crushed eggs below stacks of boxes, even swapping ingredients without informing restaurants. As the industry
Nothing pisses me off more than this. Can I have a Diet Coke? It's fucking Diet Pepsi. My body rejects it.
continues to consolidate, these issues will
And they don't even tell you that they're a Pepsi supplier, not a Coke supplier. That's false advertising. I said Coke, goddammit. Say we don't have Coke. We have Pepsi. Would you like that? No.
only get worse. Sysco already tried to buy their largest competitor, US Foods, but was shut down by the FTC.
Now, Sysco's two largest competitors are signaling they might try to merge. In an environment where the biggest companies aggressively push out competition, makes sense. It also means restaurants will have even less choice than they already do, and
Why do I feel like all these fruits and vegetables are just fake? They're just plastic. There's no nutrients in there. There's no variety. I feel like the bioavailability can't be the same. Maybe that's just me schizophrenic, though. I'm eating fake food.
Farmers will have less bargaining power when selling their food.
The most aggressive, gold standard thing that an antitrust enforcer could do would be to look at some of these deals and say, maybe we went too far. Like maybe we let Cisco acquire too many companies and we should unwind some of those and break up Cisco. That's something that we've seen antitrust enforcers take on with past deals like Ticketmaster.
The FTC could also block future acquisitions, and states and federal regulators
Cisco, more like Soysco.
could scrutinize discount programs that people like Claire and Austin suspect Cisco
Ticketmaster, more like Licketmaster.
is using to drive out the competition. But what about my mission to get the same food in entirely different states? We ordered a mix of jalapeno poppers, fried pickles, and funnel cake fries. In Nebraska, New
And then we smuggled it across state lines.
York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and in Alaska. All right, moment of truth. Jalapeno popper. Never been to this restaurant, never been to the city, but it just tastes like something I've had 100 times.
I don't know what variability you're gonna get if they're all frying it in the same fucking oil, too.
In Omaha, I am pretty
Like, are you really gonna taste the difference between an all-natural, organic, glyphosate-free jalapeno that's deep fried in shit? No, it's still deep fried in shit.
sure I got the Cisco brand jalapeno popper,
And you already know it's coming with that disgusting cum sauce aioli on the side.
though, to be fair, their main competitor sells almost the same thing. The one that I got in Brooklyn was clearly different than that one and was a little bit better. Here in New Jersey, I ordered funnel cake fries. They seem exactly the same as the ones I got in Omaha.
Is this guy trying to die?
A fellow producer also ordered them in Philadelphia and another in Anchorage.
They look pretty similar. I also ordered some fried pickles, which is what my fellow producer ordered in Philly. They're clearly different. One is chips, one is spears, but there's a chance that I got these Cisco pickle spears.
Don't get me wrong. You've probably had a frozen Cisco meal and thought it was totally fine.
I'm gonna riot. This can't be the world we live in.
But the point is, in this giant food system, something is being lost. Regional variety, local jobs, local businesses, and just having a unique meal. A meal that's different.
Dude, there's seed oils in my skin. There's microplastics in my balls. This blue light is frying my pineal gland. I'm fully calcified. My thyroid is in the tank. Help me, dude. Help me.